All right, welcome. Today we are jumping into a really fascinating article that looks at a pretty unique way of caring about the world. It's for anyone who feels this deep love for humanity, but also has a really profound need for solitude. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt that? That pull where your heart just aches for other people, but your actual nervous system just gets totally overwhelmed being around them? If that feeling hits home for you, then you are definitely in the right place. So, the material we're drawing from today introduces this really powerful idea, an archetype for people who feel this way, the silent well-wishers. These are the folks who dream of a better, kinder world, but they do their best thinking, their best work from just beyond the edge of the crowd. And I just love this reframe of what that need for distance really is. It's not a weakness, it's not a flaw, it's not a lack of caring. It's the opposite. The idea here is that it's actually a feature of a really sensitive person, like a powerful energy source that you have to manage carefully. And that right there, that's the big question, isn't it? This is the core conflict that so many of these silent well-wishers ask themselves. And it's a real struggle, this tension between wanting to help and the personal toll of just constant social interaction. It is such a valid and important question. So how do you solve that puzzle? Well, the key, according to this article, lies in understanding a crucial difference that our society often just totally misses: the difference between love and sociality. And believe me, they are not the same thing. Okay, so look at this breakdown. It makes it so clear. Love is an internal state, right? It's that deep feeling of goodwill that you can just radiate silently. Sociality, though, that's the external performance of it all, the talking, the gestures. And here's the most important part. You can have one without the other. Your capacity for love is not measured by your capacity for small talk. So what's actually happening on the inside? Well, your heart feels this deep connection, this really profound empathy. But your nervous system, the part of you that has to process all the noise and the energy and the sensory input of being with people, it just gets overloaded. And this is often the case for people high in introversion, intuition, and empathy. And this brings us to this really powerful strategy the source calls selective engagement. Now, this is not about avoiding people, not at all. It's about being smart and intentional with your energy. It's about choosing those moments of interaction where you can have the most positive impact without completely draining your battery. It's all about quality, not quantity. Okay, now this is where the whole perspective really flips on its head. What if that distance you need isn't a weakness at all? What if it's actually a tool that makes your service to the world more powerful, more pure? The source outlines these 4 incredible gifts that come from distance. First up, purity. When you're not looking for praise, your motivation stays clean. It's all heart. Second, clarity. It's like stepping back from a painting. Suddenly you can see the whole picture, the patterns nobody up close can see. Third is energy protection. Solitude isn't just you withdrawing, it's essential maintenance. It's how you make sure your contribution comes from a full cup. And finally, deeper understanding. Distance lets you have empathy and objectivity, which is absolutely key for solving real deep-rooted problems. Wow, right? This quote just captures that idea of purity so perfectly. When you let go of needing the credit, your contribution becomes this free-flowing force for good. It's not tied to your ego, so it can go wherever it's needed most. So this all leads to a very practical question. If this is you, where do you fit in? How do you actually contribute in a way that feels authentic? Well, the article suggests that the world doesn't just need frontline soldiers, it desperately needs architects. And it breaks it down into 2 main levels of contribution. You've got the conceptual level, which is all about shaping ideas. These are the writers, the strategists, the people who design the blueprints for a better world. And then there is the energetic level. This one's a bit more subtle. It's about holding a frequency of peace, amplifying good intentions, or neutralizing negativity in the collective energy field. Both are absolutely vital. So look, the point here isn't to change who you are. It's to build a life that honors your design. This might mean working independently, making solitude a non-negotiable part of your schedule, and letting the quality of your work, your ideas, your art, your code, speak for you. It's about creating a sustainable way to offer your unique form of service. And this is just such a crucial reminder. Our society loves to celebrate the performers on stage, right? But no show would be possible without the lighting designers, the writers, the stage crew, all working silently behind the scenes. Those backstage roles are just as essential. They hold the entire production together. So all of this leads to a really powerful final idea: legacy.
What does a legacy even look like when your greatest contributions are made in private? Well, it means we have to completely redefine what impact means, looking beyond just what's visible. So here's this new definition. A traditional legacy is about being remembered, right? Your name on a plaque, your picture in a history book. But a resonance legacy, that's totally different. That's about what continues to vibrate long after you're gone. It's the positive idea that takes root, the better system that keeps on working, the healed energy that ripples outward. I mean, how incredible is this metaphor? It suggests your sensitivity isn't a burden, it's a function. You're part of this huge invisible nervous system for all of humanity, sensing the imbalances and quietly working to restore harmony to the whole system.
And the article leaves us with this one last, just stunning thought that perfectly captures the whole idea of a resonant legacy. It's not about leaving a heavy footprint. It's about leaving a beautiful, subtle fragrance that completely changes the quality of the air itself.
And so, we'll leave you with a final question to think about. Instead of always asking yourself if you're doing enough in the ways society expects, maybe a better question is this. In your own quiet, unique way, what harmony are you preserving in the world? This entire perspective comes from the really profound article Wishing Well Anonymously from Afar by Shubha Noyonika, published by the Meda Foundation. It's such a powerful piece for anyone who loves the world from a quiet space. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.